My name is Reese Van Beek. I'm a teacher, and I'm excited to welcome Haley, our special guest from Junior Achievement, and our volunteers, our special guest volunteers, Jack, Ruby, Frankie, and Luke, who've courageously agreed to be our guinea pigs to test out our lesson on financial literacy. Financial literacy is a fancy term for understanding how money works and your relationship with money, which is something that we don't talk about a lot in school. Hopefully that will change. Even in high school, there's not nearly as much financial literacy training as probably young people need. So we're excited to start working in middle school and help you guys think about money and how you want to manage it and your relationship to it. And we have an expert today. Haley is from Junior Achievement. Welcome, Haley.
Thank you.
And welcome, Milledgeville North Stars. Woohoo, go Stars. Got my applause. I get to use it again. Can you guys hear that thunderous applause that's raging out from across New Brunswick for your courage? So, Haley, can you tell us a little bit about Junior Achievement and how it is that you hope to help students today?
Of course, yes. So good morning, everyone. I'm here in Fredericton, so a little further away from you guys, but it's a nice sunny day here. So hopefully it is the same for you. So super happy to be here today. My name is Haley Bungay. I work for Junior Achievement. JA, we're a nonprofit organization, so kind of like a charity kind of deal. And we're completely dedicated to teaching students just like you the skills that you're going to need to have a successful future. And hopefully that's right here in New Brunswick. We want you to stay. We don't want you to be going anywhere else. There's lots that you could be doing here in New Brunswick. Lots of great things happening. So many opportunities for you there. But basically what we do is we provide programs that will help you to learn skills that are around entrepreneurship, work readiness, and financial literacy. And the financial literacy part is kind of what we're going to talk about today. But like you guys, when I was your age, I participated in JA. So I really kind of get how important it is for you to understand these concepts and have a good handle on this for your future. And your future is not that far away for sure. So you guys are going to be going to high school, going to university, getting into the workforce sooner than you think. So we're happy to be able to provide you with programs that will help you learn a bit about these skills that you're going to need. So super excited to be here.
Terrific. The activity today, Haley, what will students who are listening need to do to be able to participate?
You're not going to need a whole lot. I'm going to share my screen, but if you could get a scrap piece of paper, pen, pencil, maybe you can just use a calculator on your phone. But basically what we're going to do is we're going to run through 9 questions, and you're going to assign a score for yourself in those 9 questions. There is absolutely no right or wrong answer. This is kind of a personal reflection for you and how you spend your money or you save your money. So again, no right or wrong answer. Be very honest. The answers really aren't going to go any further than your own piece of paper. And this is just kind of for you to take have a reflection on how you manage your money right now.
Haley, what will students learn coming out of this? Like when you say how they manage their money, I imagine some students might be thinking they don't have a whole lot of money. So what's the point of doing that?
Well, I think regardless of the amount of money that you have, you are going to need to be able to manage it. So whether you have $15 in your bank account or $1,000,000 in your bank account, you need to know how to manage that and how to maybe spend it in the right way or save it in the right way. So the questions that we're going to go through today are all about that. Are you a saver or are you a spender or are you somewhere in between? And regardless of how much money you make or how much money you have, these are concepts that you need to kind of have a good handle on.
And if anyone has $1,000,000 in their savings account, please email me after the session and let me know if you need any personal assistant services. So, guys, Ruby, Frankie, Jack, and Luke, do you have any questions before we get going? No? All right. Are you ready to go, Haley? Should we get?
I'm ready.
Actually, when you share your screen, I'm going to be your tech support. I'm opening the chat. So if there's any students listening from Madame Dempster's class or anywhere else that would like to ask questions about what they see on their screen or just generally, please, Madame Dempster, you can raise your hand if you have the questions from them, or you can put them in the chat, and I'll let Haley know because she probably can't see them while she's sharing her screen.
I can't see a thing, so feel free to interrupt me whenever you need to, okay?
Terrific.
Awesome. So is everybody ready?
Yep.
Okay, awesome. So again, these are 9 questions. There is absolutely no right or wrong answer for these. So we'll go through the first few at a relatively slow pace, and we may pick it up a little bit depending on if you have any questions. So again, Reese, if there's questions, or students, if there's questions, just interrupt me, okay?
Okay, here's a drum roll to get started.
Okay, awesome.
Okay,
I
here
love
we
that.
go, and we have a question right out of the gate.
Okay,
Okay, so on the chart or whatever,
yes.
would 5 be the closest to like saving? So like it makes me happy to save money. People describe me as a saver. Would 5 be like exactly that, and 1 would be like the opposite?
Exactly. So I think that was Luke, right?
Yep.
Okay, Luke. So the first question, you guys, it makes me happy to buy things with my money. People describe me as a spender. And the other end of that is it makes me happy to save my money. People describe me as a saver. So if you save all of your money and you don't spend it very often, you're probably a 5. If you get money and you spend it immediately, you're probably a 1. But if you get money or you have money and you spend a little and you save a little, you might be a 4 or a 3. Okay, does that kind of help you understand that spectrum?
Jack, did you have a question?
Yeah, so let's say like I save up a whole bunch of money and
Yep.
then I like use it on, but I use it on one big thing that I like. Would I be like a 3 or?
I would probably put you more at a 4,
Okay.
because this first question is more of a general. Do you save or do you spend? And as we go through these questions, you're going to see it get a little bit more detailed. And exactly your question is perfect for the next one.
Okay.
Okay.
So everybody should write down a number from 1 to 5 for that first question. We're going to add them up later, right, Haley?
Exactly. Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so let's move on to question 2. So on one end of the spectrum is I often buy things on impulse. If I see it and I like it, I buy it. On the other end, I'm a bargain hunter. Why pay full price when you can get it on sale? So this one, for example, let's say you want to go and get, I don't know, iPod or something, and they're going to have a sale next week. If you're thinking I can wait a week, you're probably a 4 or 5. But if you're like, no, I cannot wait, I need it right this second, you're more on the 1 end of that spectrum. Okay.
And sorry, what does impulse mean again?
Impulse is very quick reaction. So let's say I really wanted to go and buy something and I just can't get it out of my head. I'm going to impulsively go and get it. I'm going to go get it really fast. I don't think about it. I don't weigh the pros and cons of it. I just do it. These are excellent questions. Okay, so everybody should have 2 numbers so far. So our third question is on one end of the spectrum, I think the money that I earn is money I should spend. And on the other end is I think money that I earn is money I should collect for a special purchase. So do you spend it immediately? Or maybe you've got your eye on a big purchase and you want to save your money for that. Or maybe you're somewhere in between. You spend a little, you save a little. If you're in the between, you're maybe a 3. Okay, so we're going to go over to our next set of questions. Question number 4. When I borrow money from family or friends, I eventually pay it back. And on the other end is I rarely borrow money from family or friends, but if I do, I pay it back immediately. So do you borrow money and I might pay it back or I might get around to doing that? Or when I do borrow it, on the off chance that I do, I pay it back as soon as I can. And maybe you're in the middle. Completely fine. Don't forget, there are no right or wrong answers here.
So let's say like I want to buy something and I'm with my parents,
Yep.
and let's say like I'm $1 short, and I ask like them if they could like give me $1. If I forget to pay, and I say like I'll pay you back. If I forget to pay them back that dollar, would I be like a 4? Because sometimes I forget.
Possibly, yeah. That's a really good point. So, and borrowing can be such a huge thing because it could be, as like you said, something small like $1 or something big like $100.
Yeah.
So I think this question is more, you know, if you borrowed $100, do you immediately want to pay that back as soon as you can,
Okay.
or you get around to it when you can?
What if you were to ask someone for a bit of money and then they don't want you to pay them back? How would you stand on like the 1 to 5 scale if they didn't want the money back?
I would probably, because if you have the feeling that you want to pay them back, I'd probably put you at the 4 to 5, because this is a personal feeling. Do you feel like you need to pay them back?
Depends if they want me to.
Right. Okay. So I would probably, because you're having that conversation and you're thinking the way you are, I would put you at a 4.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, question number 5. What I need and what I want are basically the same thing. And what I need and what I want are completely different. So let's say, for example, I like Legos. I like the big Lego sets. It's not a need for me. I don't absolutely need it. I need water. I need food. I need a roof over my head. So what I need and what I want are completely different. But if you're into Legos and you absolutely need it, you can't live without it, you're on the one end of that spectrum. But if you're me and what you need is food and water and a shelter, and what I want, Legos, those are obviously completely different. So I would be more on the 5 end of that spectrum. And again, no right or wrong answers. These are your personal feelings for this stuff. Okay, so question number 6. I'm not too worried about investing my money yet. I'll worry about that when I'm older. Or on the other end, I'm already investing my money, or at least thinking about when I will invest money.
So Haley, can I ask a question for this
You
one?
sure can.
They don't have to actually have like special accounts at the bank or have like set up something with their parents. They could just be thinking about it or be looking forward to it or had a conversation with it and still get a 4 or a 5.
Exactly. Yeah, you guys are young, and I would be super impressed if any of you are investing money. And if you are, I'd love to talk further, because that's a very impressive. But yeah, if you're thinking about it, you know, maybe you're thinking about investing some money to save for college or university, or if you're like me, you're thinking retirement. You know, I've got to start investing my money so that I have some retirement money when I'm finished with work. Okay, so you don't actually have to be doing it, but it's maybe something that you've thought about.
I think about starting to invest my money when I get like a job that I can start paying for, like in high school. So
Yeah, exactly. So maybe you're on that 4 to 5 scale, because it's something
I
you've
normally
thought about.
put my money into like a savings account, but I'm able to like ask my mom for money, and then she takes that out of my savings account. So I'll
Yeah.
go.
Just curious, did you guys know that if you had extra money in your savings account and you wanted to invest it, that there are some things that with your parents' help you could invest in, like an education savings bond or other places that money can grow faster than your savings account? Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Do you know about any of those things? Thumbs up? No, no, Luke. Sideways. Nice one, Ruby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
It's something you guys could look into. If this is something that interests you, I would highly recommend looking into it, because it's a fascinating world, the world of investing. And, you know, we've got some programs here at JA that you can learn some more about too. So let's move on to our last set of 3 questions. Okay, our last set. Question number 7. I don't have a bank account and I'm not really sure how much money I have. And the other end is I know exactly how much money I have in my bank account. So if you've got a bank account, you know what's in there, you're a 5. If you have a bank account and you're kind of guessing how much money you have, you might have a 3 or a 4. But let's say you don't have a bank account. Let's say you just have a piggy bank full of money and you have no idea how much is in there. You're probably on the 1 spectrum.
Luke, did you have a question? Oh, you're
Yeah.
muted. Sorry.
So if I don't know the exact number, like down to the pennies, would I be a 4? Or if I know like mainly the general amount, would I be a 5?
Like, I think, Luke, if you can get within a couple of dollars, I'd probably put you at the 5.
Okay.
But if you're not sure and it's maybe a $25 or $30 difference, you might be a 4. You have one, you kind of can guess how much is in there, but you don't know exactly.
Ruby?
Now, what would you do if you had a bank account that you could put your like money in whenever you want, but then your family has a separate bank account for you for like college that they put money in sometimes that you have no idea how much money there's in there?
Let's
Good
stick
question.
with your own personal bank account. So
Okay.
don't worry about what anybody else has. They may be saving money for you, what your parents are, grandparents, whatever. Don't worry about them. Let's just think about you.
Good questions.
These are excellent questions. I'm very impressed. So let's go on to question number 8. I already have, or I can't wait to have, my own credit or debit card. And then the other end is I don't want a credit card or debit card for several more years.
So a
So-
debit
I mean,
card
I
meaning
have a debit card, but it's not activated.
So you're not using it. So, that might be a 4 or 5.
Activated.
Frankie, did you have a question?
Okay.
Ruby just already asked my question, so
Ah, she beat you to it. It's a good question.
These are great questions. And, debit and credit cards are its own beast. It just makes it really easy to spend money. So,
A 1 for me.
okay, and our last question. I will start saving for my post-secondary education near the end of high school, or I'm already saving for my post-secondary education. So post-secondary education, that's what you're going to do when you graduate high school. So you're going to go to college, community college, a university. Maybe you're going to get into the trades and be a plumber, electrician, those types of things. So are you saving for that now? Maybe even if it's just a little bit, you're at the 4 or 5 range. If you're not at all, a 1 or a 2. Maybe if you're thinking about it, you've kind of thought through that process and what it would look like. Maybe you're a 3.
Ruby, did you have a question?
Yeah. So like I said before, I don't have like a savings account in college, but my parents that put what I think or what my account is or my parents' account that they have for me.
I might put you at like a 3 or a 4, just because it's not you personally who are saving for your university or your college, and that might be something that you want to maybe look into. Maybe if you've got a little job and you're making a little bit of money, even $5 or $10 every time is like, that stuff adds up.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So that was the last question. Are there any other questions that you guys have before we go and add up our numbers?
No, I think we're good, Haley.
Okay, so
I'll
I'm
just
going to
check the chat and see if anybody at home does. No, it looks like
Okay.
we're all clear.
Perfect. So what I'm going to get you to do is I want you to add up all 9 of your numbers and just get one total number. So I'll give you a second to do that before I flip over to the next page, because I want honest answers. And maybe once you've got it added up, a couple of you could just let us know that you've done it.
Okay. Got my
Ruby's
number.
done?
Yep.
Okay,
Okay,
so
great.
we got a few people done. Okay. So now that you've got your total scores, I want to run through this little table with you. And again, there's no right or wrong answers here. This is kind of just a thing to help you decide if you need to learn a little bit more about managing your money, or maybe you're already on to a great start. So if you have 9 points or less, okay, 9 points or less, this program, so part of this activity is part of our Dollars with Cents program, and it's all about teaching you guys to manage your money. So after this, if we have time, I'll show you a little bit about how you can go online and do the rest of this program to help you learn. But if you're at the 9 or less, I'd probably suggest maybe going online and looking through this program and doing it and learning a little bit more. 10
Haley,
to, yeah,
sorry, just before you go forward, does it cost anything for students to go on the site and learn about this?
it absolutely does not. It is completely free.
Great.
Is there
Yeah.
any personal information you have to put in for it?
You do need to create an account. So it's just email and your name.
Okay.
Very easy sign up process.
No
If you
phone
teach,
numbers or anything?
no phone numbers. We do ask for your school, but other than that, that's it. Okay. So let's say you were in the 10 to 18 points. Maybe you need to do a little bit more learning. There's some room for improvement there. 19 to 27, you were kind of right down the middle. It could go either way. You could maybe learn a little bit more that could help you get over that last hump. So now that we get into the 28 to 36, that's pretty good. I think you're on a good start. You kind of have a good understanding of where your money should be saved and where it's not, where there's some areas where you could improve. And if you're at the 37 to 45, I'm impressed. You're off to a great start. There may be a few more things that you can learn, but other than that, I think you guys are off to a really great start. So I'll leave that up there for a second just so that you guys can kind of have a look. But if there's any questions or if anybody wants to kind of talk about their score, we can do that.
I mean, I had a 30. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Nice.
That's awesome.
35, which is higher than I thought I was. Now that I think about it, when I
Wow.
I thought it was
Nice.
like, at first I thought it was like much higher score, like it was like out of 50. So I'm like, oh no, I kind of didn't do the best, but it's out of 45. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got a 37.
Nice.
wow.
Kicked out.
Oh, he got kicked out of the call.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Luke,
And no-
did you miss any of the last questions?
No, I finished the questions, but then I got kicked out and I couldn't get back in, so now I'm on a different computer.
All right, well done, sir. Do you want to share your total score? You don't have to, but we're just curious.
Yeah, I think I got a 37.
Nice.
Wow.
These guys are
All right.
good.
Too shabby.
That's awesome.
Well, it makes sense when we asked for volunteers to do a lesson about money, and these folks volunteered, so they're interested in it. And Haley, I think we have time. We have more time in the meeting. Would you be able to show us the site or where students might go to learn more about this?
I sure can. Let me just, I'm going to log out of here. You guys can still see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, so.
And if there's anybody listening who hasn't seen Junior Achievement before, Haley is actually available to create teacher accounts, to show you, do some training to help you if you want to use this tool with your classes. It is free here in New Brunswick, which is wonderful. And I'm also available. I'm a teacher, but I'm also leading a new initiative called the Center of Excellence for Entrepreneurship. So we're both excited to share this resource and other ones with your class. So if you like this and you tell a friend about it and they want to do it with their class, we would be happy to do that as well.
Awesome. So I really hope that you guys go online and have a look. But basically what you'll do is you'll go to jacampus.org. And what you'll do is you'll get to this page. And I would suggest scrolling down here to looking at our program catalog. And you're going to want to focus on the self-directed programs. So we have some that are teacher-led, but we suggest you go to the self-directed ones. You'll click Explore, and it's going to open up this window. And this is a great little spot because basically what you can do is you can select your grade level, which is here. So you guys are, we'll say you're 7 to 9. And if you want to expand, it shows you kind of the different things that are available to you. So programs are available in French or English. You want self-directed. There are programs that we have on offer, not only from JA, but also from code.org and Speech and Debate Canada. And then these are the subjects that might be of interest to you. So for example, today we did a financial literacy one. And let's see what else they have on offer. So we did part of the activity with dollars with cents. The other option is an economics for success program, also very good. But let's say you wanted to go in and continue with the dollars with cents. You'd click go to program, and it's just going to ask you to log in or sign up first. You'll just click that. It's a very easy login or create an account if it's your first time here, all kinds of stuff there. But let's assume that you already have an account. So I'm going to click login. and I want to go to dollars with cents self-directed. So I'll click go to program.
So you don't have to have a teacher to set this up for you. You can just do it on your own.
You can do it right on your own. So let me just zoom out here. Now yours will look very similar. It won't look identical just because I'm on a staff one. But basically what will happen is any program that you register is going to show up for you on this dashboard. So for example, we were looking at dollars with cents. So I'll click into dollars with cents. And because I've already done a little bit of this program, it defaults to where I left off previously. But if you guys wanted to go and look at the first lesson, just see here. You'd click Money Makes the World Go Round. So when you first click in, you'll see this. Okay, so dollars with cents, there's a little bit of a blurb here about what it's all about. And then you click into the first lesson. And lucky for you guys, we've already done part one. So you would go through this, answer the questions. There's all kinds of games, videos, activities, and stuff to learn. But one of the things that's great, especially for any of the teachers who are on the call today, you can assign this as an assignment or an at-home activity for your students to do. And what they can do is once it's completed and they've done all the activities, at the lesson number 6, at the wrap-up, it unlocks a certificate of accomplishment. So you'll see if it's available. You can click in and have a look. And oh, I guess because I'm a staff, you guys would see all that. But basically what it would do is it would download a PDF of a certificate with the student's name on it. But let's say, for example, you get to the end of it and you haven't completely finished it. You can hover over restricted and it will tell you what you haven't completed. So if you've missed something, it would go in there.
That's
But
great.
other than that, yeah, it's a great little program. There's all kinds of stuff there for you guys to learn about. So highly recommend going in, checking it out, create an account. Again, it's all free. And again, for the teachers who are on the call, if you want to assign this to your class, I can create accounts for your entire class. And if you want to reach out, we can do that as well.
Haley, Frankie has a question. Frankie, you want to go
Yeah.
ahead?
Yes. So you said there's multiple programs that you can do. Are you able to start one program and then leave it for a little bit and it's still saved and you're allowed to go into a different program to work on that too?
You sure can. If you want to register for all 20 programs that are on there, I'd love that.
So Haley, Junior Achievement does not handle any money at all, right? Like if students are interested in doing things with their money, it's between them and their parents and the bank and their family and friends. This is all about teaching kids their options, to be aware, to know what their rights are, to know what their choices are that they have. It's all about education, right?
It's all about education, and we have so many great parts of the program. There's one about being a smart spender or a smart customer, a smart consumer. You don't want to just go on a random website and give them your credit card number. There's things about how to deal with a credit card when you guys get old enough to do that, because I know, Reese, I'm sure both of us have stories of friends who have got themselves into messes with credit cards. So we're kind of on a mission to prevent that from happening to you guys. So highly recommend going in and checking these out.
One thing that I mentioned to my high school students when we do an investing unit is that if you watch commercials on TV for banks or investment, they sound like they're your mom. We're here to support you with all your goals. And they're really not. They're really there to make money off you and your money.
Yeah.
They do it maybe by helping you with your goals, but I think a lot of people make the mistake of thinking that banks are there as their friend. They can trust them. And I'm nothing against people who work in banks. I think it's a wonderful career. It's wonderful work, but you have to be responsible for your own financial well-being. No one's going to do that for you.
Yep.
And really, you think about when you walk through the mall, if you're an impulse buyer, everything in the mall is designed to get you to buy things. And that's true with banking as well, and credit cards. They want you to spend all of your money as fast as possible, unless you have like a really good setup with a bank where they're willing to help you save and you make it clear that's the goal, then it won't happen. So I think the real tremendous thing about Junior Achievement to me is that we're speaking to grade 7 students, maybe some grade 6 students are listening, and your younger sisters and brothers are welcome to use it as well. It goes all the way down to grade 3, because the earlier you get this knowledge, the more you are protected and the more financially well off you're going to be. And frankly, when Haley and I were in school, they didn't talk about it at all. And it's just kind of now that Junior Achievement, when did this Junior Achievement campus launch? Like, when did this become available?
This specific campus launched as a result of the pandemic. So
Right.
it's
So something good
great
coming out of
thing.
it.
A
Yeah.
great thing came out of the pandemic. We've been offering our programs for 40 years here in New Brunswick, but I don't know that they've ever taken off as they have this year and last year.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. So I guess I'll just mention, put a little plug in for myself again, that we're starting this new initiative to do this kind of education. So teachers, if you're listening and you like this lesson, we have other resources as well that Haley's helping us generate and that we're generating ourselves to do middle school markets and to do all kinds of challenges and contests. So reach out to us. I'll put my email. I'm going to edit this and share it as a video in different places, and I'll put my email at the end of the call, and maybe at the start too, and Haley's as well. So we really would be excited to visit your classroom and do this lesson or more. And I'd like to again thank Madame Dempster and all the Milledgeville North Stars. And sorry, Luke, you got kicked out. It wasn't me. I don't know if maybe Jack, if you guys are in the same class, maybe he found a way to sabotage you. If so, well done,
Definitely.
Jack. But way to fight your way back in. Good man. And unless anyone had any other questions, I'll wish you all a really great day. And it's probably almost lunchtime. It's about noon here, so we'll wish you a great day and thank you for your time and effort.
Thank you for having us.
Okay,
Right.
thank you very
Thanks,
much.
everybody.
Take care,
Bye-bye.
everyone.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.